Hi, how are you today? I'm so glad to see you here in this lesson. In this video, we are going to learn what is Alibaba and how to quickly find out the best part of it. Let's begin. What is Alibaba and the secret behind the public introduction? Alibaba is one of the world's largest business-to-business B2B trade e-commerce platform. It is not B2C, business to consumer, not retail. Alibaba connects over 150,000 suppliers to over 1 million buyers from over 190 countries and regions. Well, from these figures, actually, you should get the information that it is very huge and it is doing a lot of business on the platform, people. Suppliers pay annual sellers fees and sales commission to Alibaba. Okay, suppliers. The suppliers here may be manufacturers direct or trading or wholesalers. The middleman will be called normally. And will be a lot of job for us to define who are trading companies. And then dig out the real manufacturers to do with. I'm going to teach that later. Suppliers pay sellers fee and sales commissions. They can also list a limited number of products for free. Normally it is 5,000 products per membership. And they also have the option to pay fee for other benefits, such as greater exposure. So which means that they can also pay ads fee, advertisement fee, to get more exposure, more shown to the potential buyers. And also suppliers normally offer generic products, which is normally ready-to-ship products, or customized, which we always call them OEM products on Alibaba. Alibaba offers more than 50 activity channels, such as weekly deals, online trade shows, new arrivals, etc., which I'm going to define later, which are the best parts. Well, that is the public introduction of Alibaba. And now let's move to this homepage breakdown. Alibaba is very huge. Very, very huge. Let's open Alibaba now. If you can see, even the homepage, you can see it contains a lot of information. I'm going to split one by one the key functions on the homepage and trying to find out the best part of it. Okay, homepage split 1. On the very top of the homepage, you can see a search bar. Basically, search is the most useful tool, I think, on Alibaba to find suppliers. And on Alibaba here, just before the search bar, you can actually choose to search products or suppliers both. If you search products, the products will come out. If you search suppliers, the suppliers offer that kind of product will show out. So this is very different. And also here on the right at the top, you can see it's My Alibaba. That is basically the buyer account. Of course, later I'm going to teach how to register a buyer account professionally. And also this is the message that where you can chat with the suppliers. On the buyer account, you can basically post your request for quotations, place your orders, and find the logistics service, and check your order, and do the payment, etc. And the message is also called Ali Trade Message. It's a tool for you to do instant communication with the supplier. Both are very important, I would say. And also here, you can see you have settings for countries and also the language and currencies. When you first time use Alibaba, I would suggest you spend a little time do the setting here to make sure the Alibaba algorithm knows where you're from, what kind of currency you are trying to buy, suppliers should quote you the price with, and basically which products fits your countries, etc. And here, if you move to the category on the left, to be very honest, I don't think it has too much use because it's a little bit complicated. For example, I'm looking for socks, S-O-C-K. I do not know which big category, which subcategory, and which subcategory to find out the socks. So I normally don't use this. Let's go down again. You can see these sections are all what we call activity channels. New arrivals is a great place for you to know what's trending now on Alibaba platform, what other buyers are buying, especially if you are a online seller, for example, Amazon FBA seller. It will be a great information, a great place for you to get the information. And also dropshipping suppliers, those suppliers who specially do the dropshipping. And also top ranking products. Top ranking products are based on ad feeds, the transaction levels, and Alibaba's assessments, customers' reviews, etc. So it's a great place to know good, high-end, good quality, reliable suppliers. I also prefer this a lot actually. And also global origin sources. This is a little bit hard to explain. Let me open this. Global origin sources. You can see Shenzhen, 3C. 3C means electronics. Yeah. Guangzhou, fashion trends. Yiwu, small commodities. So these are what we call industrial belt of China, which means that in that special area, for example, Shenzhen, the manufacturers who are doing the electronics very, very well, and there are a lot of manufacturers there. So if you find out a manufacturer in other province, for example, the north or the west, then you got to be careful because you need to ask why this factory is located out of the normal industry of China. Are they really professional? Things like that. I think most of people know Yiwu, right? Yiwu is very famous for small commodities. Yeah. So if you are buying small commodities, I think it will be good for you to deal with the suppliers in Yiwu region, which I think is a very good choice. And also, yeah, that is basically the split for the homepage one. There's the homepage one breakdown. And then let's go to homepage breakdown 2. If you move down on the homepage, you can see there is a customized product. Okay, in this area, the factories are the factories who offer customization of your products, designs, functions, etc., according to your requirement. And on the right, most of the suppliers inside are ready-to-ship products, which is generic, made already, or even stock already, ready for dispatch, ready to be shipped out quickly. Ready to ship for shop is called RTS. RTS is a new channel in recent 2 or 3 years, and it has been very, very popular now. I normally find suppliers on ready to ship, and especially on these weekly deals. And on weekly deals, let's move back to the homepage. Weekly deals. For the weekly deals, this is this channel that I would like to especially explain it with more time. On weekly deals, there are different categories, and the suppliers here and the items here are the items in stock firstly, secondly, selected by Alibaba to make sure the price is very, very competitive. And supplier need to submit an application to Alibaba platform and say, hey, for this item, I have about 1,000 pieces in stock, and the price is like this. And we guarantee this is the lowest in the industry, and Alibaba team will do the assessment, will do the comparison. If Ali thinks that these suppliers are reliable based on the past and transaction, and also based on the price comparison and confirm this is definitely the lowest price, then Alibaba will put this item on this weekly deal. I prefer this a lot. This channel. So I also recommend you use this channel a lot. And then if you go to homepage breakdown 3, you will find, and we go to one section, which is also a very important part of Alibaba, the RFQ, request for quotation. Instead of you take the initiative to search suppliers, you can also post a request and let the suppliers to quote you the price. And this has been very useful, and I'm going to explain later. And then if you go to homepage breakdown 4, you will find different I would say categories. And these categories are not fixed. It's flexible. Alibaba will recommend or push your category based on your search history or whatever view history to present you the right categories. And on these categories, you can find basically all different type of activities or different type of suppliers in this activity channel. And what I prefer most in this category is delivered duty pay, DDP. Delivered duty pay it means that when you buy from a supplier this order, and the supplier will handle everything from manufacturing, logistics, and then to deliver to the place that pointed by you, and of course do everything including international logistics to the destination place pointed by you, for example any Amazon warehouses in America, and also pay the duty for you. So that's very trouble saying. So DDP has been very, very hot channel recently, especially after the COVID-19. And it's very, very good for Amazon and other importation business. I'm going to explain that in details also later. So yeah, that's all about the contents of this video. In this video, I explain the popular introductions for you to get a rough ideas about Alibaba, and also break down the homepage into 4 PPTs, 4 slides, and for you to have a basic understanding how to quickly find out the key functions of Alibaba to use. I hope that this video will be very helpful for you, and I hope you enjoy the lesson. See you in the next lesson. Hello, welcome to today's lesson. I'm so excited to have you here, and I hope you're the same as me. When doing sourcing on Alibaba, we are trying to send out our product inquiries or message to as many suppliers as possible. The reason for this is that because we want to get as many candidates as possible to finish our sourcing. And that's absolutely right. However, this may cause problems because there are too many suppliers on Alibaba. For one product, there are maybe thousands of suppliers or even tens of thousands of suppliers. If you talk to them individually, one by one, it's going to take you a lot of time, very, very much time consuming. So how to solve this problem? Don't worry guys, I do have a solution. Today I'm going to share with you 2 powerful tips to enable you to send product inquiry or message to multiple suppliers at one time on Alibaba.com. And now let's begin. Tip 1. How to send product inquiries to multiple suppliers at a time. Let's go to Alibaba.com homepage, and then suppose that you are trying to source one product called Funny Socks. Well, it's kind of a sock that have kind of a wording printings or even graphic printing on the socks. And then if you choose product as your sourcing purpose, and then you search the keywords Funny Socks. If you click search, you will find there are 8,993 Funny Sock product come up. Okay, what you need to do now is just to view briefly all these products. and trying to make a brief judgment. Oh, this one, okay, it's good for you, good for me. You then add to compare. And this one is also good for me. You add to compare. This one, not very good, don't add. And then this one, also good, you add to comparison. Okay. After that, you view your comparisons. You'll find that 4 suppliers have already been added into your comparison list. And what you need to do now is not to focus on this and not to contact them individually, but go to the very bottom of this page, you select all. Yeah. After you select all, you click contact suppliers, and then it will go to a page like this. On this page, you will find that you are trying to talk to 4 suppliers by different products. These suppliers, you're trying to inquire this product, blah, blah, things like that. And what you need to do now is to copy and paste the professional sourcing letter by the template I taught before, and copy the sourcing letter here. The letter shall be done professionally by the template I taught before, and then you send inquiry. After that, all the suppliers will get this message. All the suppliers will get this message, and then they'll reply you if they want to do business with you, of course. Right? And I will say that this one is very, very powerful, and it has great advantage, because when each supplier gets this message, they know which products you're trying to inquire and which one you are trying to buy, and the specific salesperson from the supplier will talk to you directly. Okay, this is all about tip 1. Okay, guys, let's move to tip 2. How to send messages to multiple suppliers at a time on Alibaba.com. Because sometimes you don't want to inquire a product, but you just want to send message to suppliers. Okay, and let me show you how to do it. Let's go to the home page of Alibaba.com, as you can see, and here on the search bar you set supplier. Okay, very important. You set supplier as your search purpose, and then you search the keywords, the funny sorts, and then you search. You will find that there are 2,061 suppliers showing up. Okay, what you need to do now is just to view this supplier and say, this one is good, add to my favorite, and you can see this company has been added successfully. And this one is also good because they are type of doing what I'm looking for. This one is good, I think, and okay. And this one, it seems that they are not very professional in this kind of pattern softs, because this is not the pattern, not funny. This is not pattern, not funny. And this one, of course, is pattern and funny. And I add to favorite, okay. And this one, not very good because I don't see anything that matches what I'm looking for. And this one is also good, blah blah, etc, etc. Okay, and what you need to do now is to check my favorite. Yeah, you will find that all the suppliers has been added to your favorite. Click here, suppliers. You will find just now all 6 suppliers has been added in your favorite list. What you need to do now is not to contact them directly, okay, individually, no, but select all and then contact suppliers. You will find that Alibaba directs you to this page. You will find that you are trying to talk to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suppliers that you have been added to your favorite list. And what you need to do now here is to copy and paste the professional sourcing requirement letter as I teach before, and then input the verification code and send the inquiry. So after that, all these 6 suppliers will get your message, and if they want to deal with you, they'll reply you. Okay, this is very, very powerful too. In order to make you remember, yeah, let's do a recap. How to send message to multiple suppliers at one time. The first one is to set supplier as the searching purpose, and then search product keywords and add to favorite list and select all and contact suppliers. There is one thing that we must be honestly saying is that this method, when each supplier get the message, they don't know which product you are looking for, because when you talk to them, you are not taking any product with you. They are just getting your message. So it's possible that when the person who reply you from the supplier, he might not be the salesperson who are responsible or following up that product. So you need to be aware of this. But anyway, it's a great tool, isn't it? Okay, and basically that is about tip 2. And I think that's all for this lesson. How to send product inquiry or how to send message to multiple suppliers at one time. And thank you for your time today. Please make sure that you watch this video before you do Alibaba sourcing next time to save your time, yeah, to make it more efficient. And lastly, something little about myself. I am a full-time e-commerce entrepreneur, and I have been using Alibaba.com for 10 years, more than 10 years, to do the sourcing. I'm sure everything I teach, all the skills and knowledge, and all the lessons will do very, very good for your sourcing work, and subsequently do and make your Amazon FBA and other importation business very, very profitable. And thank you again for your time, and I'm so excited to have you here, and see you in the next lesson. Hi, welcome to see you here again. Today, I feel very excited and passionate again. This is my heart. And inside my heart, passion is to teach and share. Sincerity is to help you. And I'm sure what you're going to learn today is going to be very, very helpful. Up till now, we have learned the previous course of Alibaba sourcing, including search, RFQ, sending messages, inquiries to suppliers, etc. And of course, the next step is to compare the quotations and identify the real suppliers, whether they are genuine manufacturer, direct manufacturer or not. Because on Alibaba, as we know, there were trading companies, there were e-commerce sellers who do not actually have the production plant. So our mission is to find out the best suppliers who are direct manufacturers, who quote us the best terms like price, lowest MOQ, best quality, who can offer customized samples, etc. to go with. And there were a lot of know-how and tricks and tips. Don't worry about this. I'm going to sort this out all in this lesson. All right. Lesson 8. How to identify middlemen on Alibaba. And I'm going to do a case show by identifying the middleman and comparing the 10 stock suppliers. First of all, we need to understand what are the major type of suppliers on Alibaba. The first type is called direct manufacturers, or what we call also factory. These are the people or suppliers who manufacture their own goods in their own factory plant. And they are the real manufacturer direct factory. Their prices are not often lower, and they may have a small limited selection of the products. But they are also very fast reacting for any supply chain management. For example, customizations, custom logos, etc. And most of them are ready to ship products, and most of them can do OEM products too. I would say direct manufacturers are the first choice to work with. The second type is called trading company, which we normally say middlemen. Well, a trading company does not have the manufacture plant, and they do not produce these own goods, and thus that they charge a little bit higher prices as their markup. However, they often offer this with a larger selection of the products, more wider range. They do not have a strong control on quality, to be honest, and the trading companies have good English to communicate with. And the third type is called offline wholesaler. Well, those who are having or used to have a booth on offline wholesale market, such as a Yiwu market, which is very famous offline market in China for exporting, and for example, Guangzhou clothing market, Shenzhen electronic market, etc. Well, this type of supplier, I don't suggest, because they are only a seller. He can be considered as a offline wholesaler only, and they are working with manufacturers. But if you want to ask them to offer OEM products, customization products per your requirement, it's going to be not very convenient or not very efficient. And the fourth type is called B2C sellers in China platform. As we know, in China e-commerce, B2C retail is very, very developed. These type of suppliers are those who are having or used to sell online in Chinese e-commerce platforms such as Taobao, Tmall, JD, etc. While they have very beautiful photos or videos, and products may not comply with the market outside of China because they are focusing on China market only. Well, for ready-to-ship products, maybe okay to use, but for OEM customized products, I don't suggest use them. And the last one is B2C sellers in overseas platforms. In China, there were a lot of companies who are selling online in overseas platforms out of China, such as Amazon US, Amazon Europe, Amazon Australia, etc., and eBay and Walmart and Shopee in Southeast Asia, etc. They have beautiful photo and their products might comply with the market out of China. And for ready-to-ship products, the in-stock products may be okay to use, but for OEM customized products, I don't suggest of them using them. Okay, now here comes the skills and tips and tricks how to identify the middleman on Alibaba. Well, there were several tips. I'm going to explain one by one. The first one is to look at their names, address, and profile. The second tips is to view their production line to see whether there are a lot of products in different categories or one focus concentrate product line. And also you can try to video them to request to see the production line, the production workshop, and you can also identify them from the product certificate, the testing certificate. And also, you can also ask them to provide a product link with transaction and feedback on. Let's go one by one. I'm going to finish all this content and I'm going to show on screen per supplier. Okay, first of all, let's judge from the name. First of all, we need to know in China, the fact is that there is a fixed format for Chinese companies to name their company names. It's called area plus name plus industry and business type they are in, and then company limited normally. Okay, you can see these five company names: Guangzhou blah blah cosmetics, Guangzhou blah blah electronics, Shenzhen blah blah leather products, Wenzhou blah blah export and import and export, Guangzhou blah blah trading. You can see all of them start with area, the city where they are in, and then the name. Well, the name is the factory that the suppliers can name themselves for anything. And also cosmetics company, electronic company, leather product company are the business type or industry they are in, and then company limited. Well, on Alibaba, what supplier can have the power to control is blah blah, is this one, SS, yeah? They cannot do anything about rest, but only this blah blah thing. Guangzhou blah blah cosmetics, because cosmetic company limited business type and company limited, these are fixed, and Alibaba require them to be matching their business registration. Okay, so from these two, we can see import and export. Normally, they don't have factories. Trading, normally they do not have factory. I would say normally, and this one, cosmetics, electronics, and leather products. This one, I cannot judge from the name whether they are manufacturers or trading or not. So let's go to next step, the next skill. All right, apart from the name, I think there were other ways to judge whether this factory is a direct manufacturer or not. Let's move on. We can also judge from the address. Okay, on Alibaba, each supplier has its own address. On the seller profile, the address that normally come up and which are very typical to be used as the judgment for whether they are manufactured or not. The first one is called Room SS, building what SS. And actually, normally the company with this kind of address is trading company, because only you can't put a factory plant, the workshop on Room SS, right? That's very obvious. And the second one is called industrial park or manufacturing park or whatever, something like that related to industry. That is normally the manufacturer. And then the third one is number 5, SS Road, SS Town, and Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Shanghai, the big cities, the very famous cities. And in this way, you got to be careful because normally the factory plants are not in the big cities. Well, there is a possibility that the plant can be in the not the downtown area. And yeah, that's only that is a question mark and only for future judgment. And then the next one is called e-commerce park, blah blah, or logistic park, or anything, any park or any we call it commercial area. In this way, normally this supplier is not a manufacturer. Okay, and this is for reference only, and we will discuss that later by the case show. And apart from that, you need to also can judge the supplier from the profile. In the profile, there was a company introduction, and also the text, the video, the photo. And normally I only work with the suppliers with 3 years or plus on Alibaba. And also there was a transaction history for this company, and the transaction history can be found per country, and also customers' reviews. And also I only work with the supplier with the trade assurance. There was an icon for trade assurance. And for the amount of the trade assurance, the higher the better. Well, the trade assurance amount for a supplier means the maximum amount that can be covered for the order. For example, if a supplier's trade assurance amount is $10,000 US, but your order is like $20,000 US, then maximally your order can be covered for $10,000. So choose a supplier who have the trade assurance amount bigger than your order amount. And there were some major badges, supplier badges which can be also used for the judgment whether they are direct manufacturer or not. The first one is Gold Supplier. Well, Gold Supplier is only a entrance ticket or fee or member fee for suppliers to be launched on Alibaba. It does not mean anything. 4,500 or more, roughly, I would say roughly, you can be a Gold Supplier on Alibaba. Of course, with your business license, with your actual place for business. And Verified Supplier, which means that you pay more fee and mainly used for the ads. Alibaba call it 精品成起. Well, it can be $10,000 or $100,000 or more, plus the requirement that the company profile, management, production capacities, products, and process, etc. has been assessed, certified, or inspected by third-party institutions like SGS or BV. So verified supplier is higher ranking than gold supplier. I prefer to work with verified suppliers sometimes. And another thing is that verified suppliers can be big. Okay, they normally are direct manufacturers. They are big, they have higher MOQ, minimum order quantity, and their quality is relatively higher. And also trade assurance suppliers and their trade assurance amount. About suppliers who accept trade assurance orders and payment through Alibaba, the amount is based on suppliers' trade assurance transaction history and performance. For example, these suppliers used to take in history 10 trade assurance orders, and 10 of them, all customers are happy, and the amount of these 10 orders is SS, so Alibaba will give such a trade assurance amount for these suppliers. And if one or two or some percentage of these 10 orders is unsatisfaction, and the trade assurance amount will be less. Okay, so the bigger the amount is, and the better for buyers. Also, we also judge from a factory's product certificate. Well, this is also based on my practice of using Alibaba for sourcing in the past 10 years. For example, I asked for a SOC testing certificate for antibacterial, for moist control. If supplier A say, yes, I do have a certificate by SGS, but when you see the certificate, the applicant's name on the certificate is different from supplier A. It's another supplier who may be supplier B or C. Well, in that cases, you have enough reason to doubt that actually supplier A is trading and he is using supplier B or C's product to deal with you. So this is another tips to judge. Okay, and also you can judge from the production line. A good supplier, I would say a direct manufacturer, normally he only do one industry and focus on one major type of product. For example, a sock factory, he focus on socks and focus on maybe different type of socks. That's very good. And he may not be focusing on leggings. Okay, so it's one industry, one major type of products. Well, the second type is one industry but focus on more than one major type of products. For example, one factory, he focus on socks, focus on legging, focus on some of the clothing, focus on hats, focus on even shoes. Well, in that cases, all these products are related and can be grouped into fashion and fashion accessory, and you have a little bit reason to doubt why this factory is focusing on so many products, even they are related to one industry. And the last one is different industries. One supplier who sells socks, S-O-C-K, and then he sells electronics. Then you don't want to deal with this kind of supplier. They are not professional at all, and probably they are not manufacturers, direct factory. Okay, after you have viewed all this criteria of a factory, then I think it's good to have a tip to request to see the production line by video. I think that is the best way to identify direct factory or not. After you have found out maybe 5-10 suppliers who think to be direct manufacturer, right? So what you need to do is to ask them, hey, I want to see your production line. I want to see your workshop, and I want to do a video call with you on live streaming kind of. Are you okay to see that? Just to have a bit better understanding about what you're doing and what you can do, etc. Okay, a good supplier, a direct manufacturer, they are confident enough. They will say, right, correct. Give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's go to the factory, the workshop, and I will call you by video. Things like that. And some of the factories may have tricks they are not confident enough, or they are not direct manufacturers, they have tricks and they will talk to you like that. The trick one is that, well, factory is different from the office I'm working. It's far and it is from other area. Can let's see the showroom first, okay? I want to do a video with you in a showroom instead of a workshop, okay? Well, that's a question mark. And the factory may say, well, the workshop is different from our sales company. There are two different companies. We have two different companies, but all belong and owned by the same boss. Or factory is owned by boss relative, or our boss have share in that factory, blah, blah, etc. In that case, is another question mark. And other excuses are not to do video production line or delay to see the production line. Well, the suppliers may think of different tricks. So after seeing this, what you need to do is that you need to be determined and concentrate and be strongly in mind that, sorry, I only deal with manufacturers, direct factories only. And whenever it's convenient, let's do video calls. Video call, I would like to understand what you guys are doing. Is that possible? Okay. There are some side of the bad suppliers, and I think if this side happens, then you have the reason to have a question mark in the mind about this supplier, and just trying to find out more whether they are direct manufacturers or not. The first sign is very slow response, or when they are responding, it's very rude, very tough in talking. For example, you send an inquiry and it never replies, or it replies you today and you ask another question and they reply 3 days later. And when they reply, it's kind of rude. Say, no have. Kind of, sorry, I can't offer the price you want. And very tough in talking. That price is impossible. Please go to ask the other factories, maybe they can offer you this kind of price and things like that. And another sign is that they don't video or for the production line, or don't like any visit. If you tell the factory, hey, I have a friend, or I have a business partner, or my logistic agent who are in your area around, and they have been working with me for years, and I would like them to see your factories. Do you mind if they visit you? And things like that. If they reject, then it's another question mark. Well, if the quotation is in Chinese or not in a professional format, then this may not be a professional good supplier. Another side is that they don't know what is FOB, AdWords, or DDP. I do meet this kind of suppliers. They say, oh, I don't know what's FOB, AdWords, DDP. Can I just quote you the price for in RMB, and I finish the production? You pay full amount, or you pay full amount to me first. I hang over the goods in front of my factory gate, and things like that. If suppliers are not professional in this, then another question mark. And another sign is that they have a lot of product categories, as I mentioned before. And very, very bad one is that they don't accept chain assurance. Okay, chain assurance is the best powerful tool for buyers to get protected when ordering and paying on Alibaba. This is a deadline. It's a red cross line. No excuse and nothing can overcome this. Only deal with suppliers who accept chain orders. And another sign is that the supplier guides you to talk and order and pay out of Alibaba. Wow, this is also very bad. For all the sourcing work, I will strongly suggest that you do all the talk, all the ordering, and all the payments inside Alibaba to get protected by chain assurance. Okay, I think we will move to the next one, which is the quotation comparison now. And during the comparison, I will show on the screen of Alibaba page to identify whether they are genuine direct manufacturer or not. Before we do any quotation comparison, here are some tips I think you should know and use during the work. The first one is focus on quality, MOQ, lead time, customization, packaging, all these major things only. These are the key terms or key aspects when working with a supplier. And the second one is suppliers area should be in the coastal area of China. China, it's, you Google China map, okay, and you find out on the coastal area in the east and south, they are like from the, let me just do the screen later, yeah. The coastal area from north is Qingdao, Shanghai, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Guangdong. All this coastal area, they are very developed, and normally most of the export factories or suppliers are in this area. And supply area should be in the industrial belt, based on your study on Alibaba. And importantly, whether supply is a direct factory, methods as I taught just now, is the price quote the terms you want, and FOB, DDP for instance. And also, does the price includes custom packaging? This is very, very important, because in the past years, I used to have a story that I want custom packaging, and they quote you a price of the products, and I forget to ask, is this include custom packaging printings? And and finally, during the production, they ask for more money, and they say, oh, the price that we quote is for normal packaging, is not including custom packaging. Please pay blah blah amount of dollar for the custom packaging printing. And then in that case, you get stuck, because you have the every deposit pay and everything is going on, and it's very hard for you to move to another factory. And also, the next one is, can suppliers offer samples? If yes, is generic samples or customized samples, and how long, how much, and how will they ship the samples to you? Well, when doing the quotation, sample is it's one of the key things that should be considered in mind, because as I said before, if everything is okay, I think this factory is okay, but how to move on? The next step definitely is to send samples. Let me check the samples, and I give you feedbacks of the samples. And if there is any necessity to change the samples, redo the samples, and send me the second round sample, and then confirm the samples, blah blah, etc. All right. So this page is all about the tips and things that you should know before quotation comparison. Let's move to the page of quotation comparison now. Okay, now let's do a case study, the most exciting part of this lesson. I have got more than 10 sock suppliers who have sent me the quotations. Now my job is to identify them, whether they are middlemen or direct manufacturer. And of course, I need to compare the quotation they sent to me. And after doing this, I am going to select several suppliers to work with and for the samples. Okay, so how to do it? Let me show you case by case. This is a quotation I got from different suppliers. As I said before, I have a quotation format for suppliers to fill in, so suppliers know exactly what information I'm looking for. Let me just zoom in to see. And this quotation format, it says my business details. I leave it blank for privacy reason. And also I ask for supplier's name, contact, the quotation date, and also valid until and request product name. And this is my general requirement, which I send to them to tell them what I want. And also material, read the material that I want, and also the photo of the factory, and the target price for me is $2 per pair, and also suppliers quotation for including custom packaging FOB in dollar and DDP FOB in dollar this time, and also the product size, product weight, and also the request quantity from me, and also the how many pieces in one carton, and the carton gross weight, carton net weight, whether in stock or not, and lead time, and also whether they have any compliance certificates like SGS, blah blah. And this is my product. What I send them, the product link, I tell them this is kind of a product I want, and I also ask them what kind of products they have. Yeah, the link from Alibaba about my quotations and all information in like that. So after this, I got 10 quotations, more than 10 actually, from different suppliers, and each supplier's information is different. So for better comparison, I put all the quotation of different suppliers into one sheet, so we can do a better comparison. Let's go one by one now. First of all, I look at their names and the contacts, including their address. Okay, and this one are very important to judge whether they are direct manufacturers or not. And actually, I have I have found out all of them on Alibaba. And here are the pages that I found out. Let's go by one now. Just taking this as an example. Okay. The first one is called Yiwu Sure Import and Export. I have a reason to suspect whether they are not direct manufacturers because the name is called Import Export Company, and also the progress is room something, right? Block something. So they are maybe not in manufacturers. And also their profile. On the profile, what I care most is the video and photo. Normally, a company that shows an office, not a production plant, maybe possibility. It's more possible that they are trading companies. Let's click this video to view, and you will find the secret. It's not working, yeah.
Dear customers and friends, thanks for visiting our store at Alibaba.com. Our company is located in Yiwu, Zhejiang Province, which is well known globally as the international commodity city. It is about you acquire the best professional QC team.
When it goes to production plant, it says suppliers associate company. So that means that when Alibaba audit this company, they are also telling us the information. This is the associate company. So which means that these are the factory they are working with. They are not the same as this one. So these are important informations. You can say it's a verified supplier by Intertek. So they are ranking higher than Gold supplier. And also go to business performance. This one has been 6 years on Alibaba, and asset share assurance, of course. And also let's go to the business performance. On the business performance, there were a lot of information about the transactions. What I want most is what I want to know most is the transaction history. This one, yeah. So you can see they have done these transactions. The total amount, it's how much is this one? It's like total value. It's like you can see you can calculate here. So it's more than blah blah 6,000. Yeah, it's kind of 1,000. So these are okay, and the supplier has completed 5,070 transactions. So this seems to be okay. Okay. Yeah, somebody asked me why you think this is a trade assurance order, setting supplier. This is the trade assurance icon. Remember, if you click this, it will direct you to trade assurance introductions. So this is a trade assurance icon. And also, let's go to view the production line. It seems to be professional because you don't see any other products apart from sorts from the production line. So from production line, it's okay. So generally speaking, I can judge that this is a trading company. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the amount: 7,050,000. This is the amount for their transactions. So, generally speaking, this is okay to work with, but it's not the direct manufacturer. This is the conclusion for the supplier 1. Let's move to supplier 2. This one. It's called Yiwu Songgang Import and Export. Okay, yeah. From the name, it's a trading company again, and from the product, you can see he have salts. He have kind of socks for women, and also the clothing. It shows the t-shirts and clothing, and they are doing the clothing printings for t-shirts. So this one, and also the yoga clothing. So from the judgment, this one is not a professional factory of socks. I will just pass. And also this one, Shijiazhuang, Alphato medical devices. Well, from the product, I think they look like they are multi-category, not just doing the socks. And what makes me have a big question mark is the Shijiazhuang. Well, as I said, the industry belt is in Zhejiang, the coastal area Zhejiang, and the city is called Zhuji. It does not have the show on the map here, but Shijiazhuang is obviously in the Hebei here. It's in the north, yeah, not in this industry belt of the salt. So I will not work with this one because only the factories inside this industry belt are the professional factories. And also, just now, as I said, the coastal area is Tianjin, Shandong, Jiangsu, Shanghai, Zhejiang, Fujian, Guangdong. These areas are the major province for exporting, including the trading companies and also logistics and also the manufacturers. I would prefer that you work with the suppliers in this coastal area of China. And also this one, Shanghai Goyang International. So yeah, they sell socks, no problem, but they also sell a lot of panties and things like that. Well, I will not. I'm not excited about this. And also you can see it's called international company. Well, international company, I don't know what industry they are in, to be honest. And also you can see the profile to view the photos, etc. To view the video photo, as I said before. Actually, I found they are actually not direct manufacturers either. Okay, let's go to here. Hangzhou, Zhongji Industrial. See whether they are okay. Well, now you see, yeah, they are selling lingeries and things like that. They do sell socks, but it seems that they are not professional and focused on this. And also this one is called Kaite. Okay, this one is the one that I think is called Kaite, K-I-A-I-T-E, which I think good ones to go with. From the name, it's called Zhejiang Kite Knitting. Knitting is kind of textile techniques. All the socks are made by knitting technology, and it seems okay. It's chair assurance and 6 years, and also the profile. And you can see all these photos and video. I have viewed the video just now. It seems okay. More importantly is that you can see this is the photo of the factory. Let me just make it zoom. Yeah, you will see it's called Kaite Zhenzhi. It's called Kaite Knitting. You can see this area is obviously a factory area. It's not a trading company in a commercial area, buildings and blocks and things like that. It's very normal, and this is very normal for a kind of a factory settings, because when near the mountain, when it's not in the downtown, the cost to set a factory is less, is lower. Okay, and also other photos. When I view these photos, I know they are the manufacturers, because when I view the video just now, it does not show associate company. Okay, let's have a view about the video of this factory now.
Zhejiang Kite Knitting Company Limited is a manufacturer and trader specializing in the research, development and production of football stockings, men's socks, lady socks, and textiles. We are located in Zhuji City, Zhejiang Province, with convenient transportation access.
Be careful. Pay attention to this. When it goes to the production plant, it says production instead of suppliers associate factory, which means that when it's being verified by Alibaba or the third party, they found the production plant belongs to the same company of Kite. So this means that this is a direct manufacturer. And also let's move on to the profile, business performance, and also especially the transaction history. This is what I care most. You can see they have finished 550 transactions recently, and from different countries, and also the reviews. You will see mainly for 5 stars, and the transaction products are socks, custom socks. So that gives me confidence because this is the exact products I'm going to make. Okay, and also the product, you can see they focus on the socks mainly, and for the especially the custom socks. And also let's go to the home page. Normally the home page is the guideline for what this factory is doing. It's all about socks, custom socks, and things like that. So this is a great sign. You can see they focus on one category, fashion, and they also focus on one small category called socks, especially the custom printing, custom socks. So this is the factory. To be honest, I think the best one up till now, and also 6 years with the Che Assurance icon, and I think everything looks good actually. Okay, so this is the one. So I think that's enough now after comparing a few factories, enough for you to know how to find a professional factory and compare and kick the middleman out. Let's continue our quotation comparison. From supplier's name counter, I've done quotations. Let me find out this Kite. Which one is Kite? Kite is in the second row. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's just do analysis about this one. Okay, they send me this. I want 80%. They say, let me just zoom out. They say 80% cotton and 20% polyester, which mix. And also my target price is $2. They quote me a price FOB 1.45. Good. And packaging requirements, as I say, I need several pieces in a carton, and product sizes based on the custom demands, usually USA size 9 to 11 according to with the customer requirements. Good. Net weight, gross weight 50 grams. Quantity required, I want 1,000 pairs, and they put 7 pieces in the cartons, and they put 100 pairs in the carton, and the total will be 7 cartons. And the carton size, carton net weight, carton gross weight, good. And in stock or not, they say, give me a second, they say they did not say anything. I'm going to ask later. And the lead time is 15 to 20 days, good. And do they have any requirement, any certificates? They say they have a moisture control for test certificate, moisture control test certificate by SGS. And also, let me just find out, they actually have sent me the certificate. Actually they sent to me. It's done by SGS, very well-known company, and this is the SOC certificate about antibacterials. So it has both Chinese and English. I think it's good enough, because if it's only Chinese, then I cannot use it, but both with Chinese and English is good. And for privacy reasons, I'm not going to show the detail page of the testing certificate, but there is a certificate. They do have this, so this is also a very ideal one to work with. Let's continue to do the comparisons. And also very important is that I always ask for a supplier's link. Let me see what they send me. I always ask them, according to my requirements, what is your best recommendations about the products I'm looking for. What is your product link on Alibaba? So they give me this link. Let me see whether this is a good link. They give me this link. It's called Custom Socks, and as I can see, it's a ready to ship product and price like this. The price they quote is higher than this because I asked them to do customizations, and it so seems okay. Apart from all this information about Kite, the factory, let's continue to compare on the quotation. Well, on the last, it says it has the product. Let me see what they recommend. On the quotation sheet, I have a place for them to put a link, because I will always ask, well, according to my requirement, what is your best seller? Which one do you recommend for me to buy? Okay, you put the link there. So let's see what do they offer me. Click this link. You will see, obviously, this is the one of the products of Kite Knitting Company, and this is the custom socks, and they have 60 buyers and 12 reviews, and I can click to view the reviews, and most of them are 5 stars, which is good. And also the detailed information of this product, what is the MOQ, and what is the lead time, how they would like to do payments, etc. So these are very, very good information for me to study the product they can offer to me and the transaction level. So why I always put this kind of a requirement and ask them to send me links, because the product link with transaction and feedback is also a very, very good way to prove suppliers' ability, whether they are doing trading or whether they are direct manufacturers, and how long they have been doing this and what are customers' feedbacks. They can do, they can make up things like profile, blah, blah, things like that, but it will be difficult for them to make up the transaction history and reviews. So this is a good part for me to do the quotation comparison. Okay, so generally speaking, according to what I showed just now, I have checked out different suppliers, 4 to 5, and up till now I found one which is called Kite, which is good to go with. Price okay, product is right, certificates there with the SGS testing certificates, and the link they provide is okay, and also they can offer samples as they stay on the quotation sheet. So this is the one that I'm going to focus and work with. Okay, so I think that's enough for you to understand how to compare the quotation from these different suppliers and choose and identify whether they are middleman or not, and choose which one to go with for samples, etc. Okay, let's continue this lesson. This lesson is a little bit long, yeah, but very, very informative, I think. So after the comparisons, let's talk about samples. For example, this Kite, of course, I'm going to ask for samples from them, right? So when there were some tips and tricks about asking for samples. The first one is that you need to be genuine with the way that you deal with them and ask for free samples as much as possible. You can talk to them, well, we would like to check the quality. Can you offer a few samples for me free? Or if they say, yeah, I can offer you samples free, but you need to pay the shipping, it's okay, you pay the shipping. Some of the suppliers may even say, well, we offer samples, but we don't do it on free. You need to buy on the website for blah, blah, $5, $10. I think, yeah, this is also acceptable for the factories that we think that we are going to work with. And the tip 2 is that you tell the supplier you are making comparison and want to do these samples to check quality. Yeah, this is very important. Just make it transparent and open, and let supplier feel, oh, I am only one of the candidates to be compared. I need to work harder. I need to, trying to get this chance from the buyer. And tip 3, if you have shipping agent in China, you can ask the supplier to send all the samples to your shipping agent in China and let them group together and combine and ship to you by air to save the shipping cost. Because if one supplier send you by one DHL or FedEx, it's going to be very, very expensive. Yeah, that's a economic way to save the shipping on samples. And tip 4, write the format feedback on the Excel quotation they sent. After you get the samples on the Excel file, you can put it here at the column saying the feedback of the samples. Here, something like that. Feedback about samples. Oh shit. So yeah, you need to put the comment of the sample, things like that. Okay. For you to write officially comments on samples. On sample, this is for you to comment on samples. Yeah, this is for you to formally to write what's your comments about their samples, whether the content, the cotton is enough, whether they feel soft, whether they are strong, whether they are moisture control, things like that. So put everything together here on the Excel file for better communication and for better understanding of both sides. And also, you got to be ready for the tip 5. You need to be ready for the second round sample sending and checking, because after you get the first round samples, you make comments and they improve. They send you the second round, and then you check it again. So get ready for it, because nothing is easy, and you cannot do things just one time and confirm the samples. But if a supplier still cannot make you satisfied for the second round of the sample, then I will suggest that you stop working with this supplier, because either their heart is not there or their capability is not there. That makes this kind of a result. For the second round, they still cannot get you be satisfied about samples. Okay, so basically that is all about supplier sourcing. And finally, on this lesson, I'm going to talk about one question which is also asked by students about this course. Do I recommend to use a sourcing agent for Alibaba sourcing? Well, my answer is that I don't suggest using a sourcing agent. There are several reasons about this. One, as we say, we don't need any middleman in price, yeah? And sourcing agents definitely will take kind of commissions or even put certain percentage of the price. Number 2, working directly with the factories will help to increase the efficiency, especially the customized and OEM products. Instead of talking to agent talk to factories, a kind of not necessary communication route. And thirdly, some of the shipping agents, not the sourcing agents, some of the shipping agents who ship things for you actually can partially perform sourcing agents value-added service. For example, quality control, Amazon FBA labeling, and label checking, etc. I used to have a shipping agent in China, in some area, which is the different area from me, and they ship things for me. He's near the factory. Normally, I will ask him to go to the factory and check the quality, check the label, etc. for me. So if you are in US or any other countries out of China, you can ask your shipping agents to do this for you. Of course, when talking with them or when sourcing the shipping agents, you need to ask them whether they offer this kind of value-added service. And these days, shipping it's a kind of not easy business, and most of the agents, they offer value-added service to clients, but you need to check out. And the fourth reason is that sourcing agents are more for offline market sourcing, such as Yiwu market, Guangzhou market, Shenzhen electronic market, etc. For the products which are not online but offline, then you may need a sourcing agent. Well, that is the conclusion why I don't recommend using a sourcing agent for Alibaba. Okay, so up to now, just have a summary about this course. This course is a little bit long, and I'm sure this is very, very informative, and I'm sure this is very helpful. We study the ways to identify the middlemen, and I show you case by case how to identify the middleman by opening the Alibaba stores, and I also show how I compare the quotations with different suppliers, and finally I talk about how to get samples from the factory, and also how to ship them in a very economic way. I'm sure this lesson is going to be very helpful for you, and please make sure you watch this video before you do Alibaba sourcing in the future. Thank you again for your time. I'm still very passionate and excited to be here, and see you in the next lesson. Hi, welcome to this course, and I'm very nice to see you again. Passionate as always. Suppose you have finished everything in the previous lesson: samples, quotation comparison, kick out the middleman, find out the direct manufacturers, etc. Now you are at the stage of placing orders. Here comes the question: how to protect you, how to make sure your order is protected, and how to make sure your payment is protected and you are not going to be scammed. All right, and this is one of the most frequent asked and biggest concern of every buyers of Alibaba sourcing, especially for the new buyers who use Alibaba to source and order for the first time. Don't worry, I have solution for that. The solution is to use trade assurance on Alibaba to protect your orders. And apart from that, how to check quality before without going to China. As we know, especially after the pandemic, the international traveling is not smooth. And do you really need to go to China to check every orders? If you can, of course, it's better, but it's not very possible, especially for small orders, right? So I have a great solution also for this, checking the quality without going to China, which is called video quality checking. I'm going to show both on this lesson. Let's move on. Okay, first of all, we need to know what is trade assurance. Trade assurance is a free service offered by Alibaba, designed to help build up the trust between buyers and suppliers. Your order will be covered by trade assurance if your products are not shipped on time as the order contract. Your products do not meet the quality standards as per the order contract. If you're dissatisfied with your order, you can apply for a refund on Alibaba. If a supplier agrees on your refund request, payment will be returned. If not, Alibaba will step in the arbitrate to work as a judge to decide whose responsibility is the order for the satisfaction. Trade assurance protects on the product quality, ensure the product is made according to your specifications, on-time shipping, have your product shipped by the date you want, and there is a payment security. The payment will be done online through Alibaba Payment for the trade assurance order. And there is a dispute solution resolution. If you are not satisfied, you can raise a dispute and Alibaba will be mediate. Okay, here are the steps to do trade assurance ordering. The step 1 is that ensure your suppliers you're working with is covered by the trade assurance and whose trade assurance limit is bigger than the order amount you're ordering. As I said before, trade assurance limit it's given by Alibaba to the suppliers based on suppliers' performance on the trade assurance orders. For example, if the amount you're going to order it's $10,000, so make sure that the trade assurance limit for this supply is more than $10,000. All right. And the second way is to create a trade assurance contract on Alibaba Online, or ask your suppliers to, and make sure it includes every details of the contract that it should contain, including product quantity, product specifications, quality, material, and shipping information, etc. I'm going to show later. Okay, there are two ways There are two ways to place trade assurance orders on Alibaba. The way one is on the product detail page. For example, just now I find out that sock factory and I like the product. I just simply click start order on product detail page to place order directly and just fill in all the informations that it requires, what products, which quantities, what quality specifications, blah blah, custom packaging, etc. Just follow and fill the blank and the trade assurance purchase order. Okay, remember this is purchase order, PO is created, but this is not a contract. Only after suppliers editing the contract, editing this PO, and you confirm and sign online with each other, is considered as a trade assurance contract. Okay, this is way one to place order. Way two is that you go to your buyer center of Alibaba, you click orders, and on the right top there is a draft trade assurance order, which is the same steps. In this way, you create a trade assurance order and then you input the products, the link of the products you want to be used for, include in this trade assurance order, and the suppliers see your purchase order and then he finish the contract, you confirm and sign online both sides, then the trade assurance order is complete. But no matter which ways you are using, it's very important that you make sure that you are detailing all aspects of the order in the shipping. Assurance order drafting, you can just follow the steps. What I want to talk about is the payment for trade assurance orders. Buyers can make secure Alibaba trade assurance payments through below options. You must pay for your order. Yeah, okay, so basically there are the two ways of trade assurance order placing. Let's move on about the payment. After both sides confirm the contract online, is the payment process. Well, it's very important that buyers pay on Alibaba, do the payment on Alibaba, not through any third parties. But there is one exception, a wire transfer, which is also called TT, Telegram transfer. And the rest ways, let's see here. Credit card, online transfer for the banking system, online bank payments, the Western Union, Boloto, all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 can be done online. And this one, I think you can do online, and most of the time can be done also offline. So this is the only exception for offline payment, and rest of them online. Because only when it's done online through Alibaba, then all your payment information is recorded. And that's part of the trade assurance to make sure you get protected. Trade assurance order is that please make sure you don't use Skype, you don't use WeChat, or you don't even use WhatsApp on Alibaba, but only the Alibaba check. Mainly, or only use Alibaba check and keep all communication records on Alibaba check. And that is also part of the trade assurance order requirement. Because if there is anything happen, any disputes happen, Alibaba will need evidence about payment, about contract, about checked-in records, etc. It's very important that everything is storage and put on record on Alibaba check. But there is one exceptional. For me, when using I only use WhatsApp for live video, for workshop checking and product quality checking on WhatsApp, and rest of them I use AliChat for all the time. So make sure that you don't use anything else but stick to AliChat. Okay, that is basically about trade assurance. Let's move to quality check-ins. When we are talking about quality check-ins, we need to be focused on the product appearance, a product size and color, product material, product function, and product craftsmanship, and product packaging in sectors. So when you are doing video with the suppliers in the workshop, make sure that they show you the appearance, they take the ruler and show you the size and also the color of the products, material, function in sectors, just for you to understand how your product is being made and what you're going to get finally. Live video quality checking is the best way to control the quality of the production, I think, yeah, without you being to coming to factories. I'm going to show an example now to see how I did it, and you can have a reference. This is an example about sofas. I ordered some sofa cushion from one factory for my Amazon business, and they have made it out and everything is done. As I said before, we do ordering on the Alibaba Chair Assurance, and now it comes to the shipment section. I would say they have finished the production and for me to check the quality. And because I was very busy, I couldn't go there, so I used the video check-in instead of going there in person. Here is what happens. Normally, I will ask them to take a photo or just do a video to understand what is the general information about their workshop and what is the general information about their of the products they made. And then I begin to find problems. So you can see here from the photo, the upholstery about this sofa cushion is not very smooth. Not to the corner is not very smooth. It looks a little bit like wrinkles, like greasy, or not very comfortable, not good quality. And also here, I asked them to use the hand to pull the zip for many times to see how it works, whether it's smooth or not. And also I asked them to show me different color they are making and the general look about this product. And also I asked them to take the ruler to show me what is the sizes, whether they are done as me. And also I found out there were many wrinkles actually on this photo. So I asked them to do the upholstery again to make it more smooth. And this is how they are adjusting the product quality. The worker there, they use the upholstery again to make it more smooth, especially in the connection part and corner part. And this is, and after that, and let me show you a video. I think there is a video. Yeah, big upholstery. The big upholstery. Okay, this is basically a video quality checking and adjusting. And also then it comes to the packaging part. Well, for the packaging, because of this product, it has to be done to save the shipping cost. So I pull all the air out. And this is what they show me about packaging through video. Okay, so this is how they basically do the packaging, and then I asked them to do the photos, how they put into the cartons, how they pack it, and how many pieces in a carton and how many cartons. And because this is FOB, so I asked my shipping agent to have a car, have a small truck to go to the factory and show me the photo, how the products are put into the truck, and also how it looks like when these products arrive in the shipping agents' warehouses. So this is basically the total process of checking the quality through photo and video and adjusting it and correcting it and pack it and send to the shipping agent. I hope this is going to be very helpful for you for checking the quality. Okay, so for this lesson, we have learned how to place order on Chair Assurance and how to check qualities. And I hope this is going to be very helpful for you, and see you in the next lesson.